to allow me to enjoy life later on. And so the growth mode is that where you're giving more than you're receiving, and then as the wealth grows, then you can go into dividend mode. You say, okay, look, I've got a capital base now. I've been putting money in my 401k. There's a nice lady I talked to who've been, religiously putting money into her 401k since she was 20 years old. She had 1.2 million in wealth. Literally a regular person, regular job, nothing special, bachelor's degree, just saved and invested about 25% of her income since she was in her 20s. I said, now you can go into dividend mode. You can go on vacation for the rest of your life if you want to. You can sell stock options and make $20,000 a month. She wanted to make 15 or something. I said, I said, what's your capital base? She gave it to me. I put it in the formula. I said, okay, you can probably make 20,000 if you want, unless you just want to go to 15, that's fine. But she could do whatever she wanted because she was now in dividend mode. You cannot collect a dividend unless you're going through growth mode. And companies are the same way. You have companies out there that are what they call growth companies. These are the younger companies, Oklo, a lot of the crypto companies, maybe like Bitmine or Nvidia, even to some extent. These are high growth companies. And then what happens is they eventually become cash cows. They hit dividend mode. That's like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Procter and Gamble, Exxon Mobil. They're big. Exxon's not going to double in size in a 1 or 2 year period. Exxon's just this big fat gigantic baby that's been getting fed for many, many years, and now Exxon's paying big dividends to its investors. So your life cycle, your investing life cycle goes the same way. So commit to that growth mode, and then eventually you get to the dividend mode. But you can't jump to the dividend mode if you haven't gone through the growth mode. So to get to heaven, you got to go through a little bit of hell, a little bit of sacrifice. But if you sacrifice consistently, then you'll be set, you'll be straight. What they don't teach in school is how to sort of view that thing. What they tend to teach is go to school, go deep in debt in college, get you a job, and then struggle for the rest of your life until you get old and you die. And then maybe if you're lucky, you'll get to retire. And but a lot of people don't even make it to retirement because they get sick from cancer or something. They die, or they retire and they die 2 years later or something, right? That's a really depressing way to look at your life cycle. I think a better life cycle for the kids would be number one, we've allowed you to skip some of the growth mode because we started investing for you before you were born. And then number two, all you got to do now is take what we've built for you, the capital base, and be responsible with that. Invest that properly, grow it, but protect it. First, protect it and then grow it. And then at that point, number one, not only do you not have to work for anybody ever, but if you do decide to work, you can do work that you love. And also you can create jobs for other people. Well, why is that? Well, because you have infrastructure. Your wealth will grow because we built you a greenhouse. And that's what it looks like to sort of have wealth growing across generations instead of everybody just sort of starting all over again. I think that's one of the reasons why broken families are better for capitalism, because a person that has no family has to go work for the capitalist. A person with family can go work for the family. So make that decision. It's up to you. I know I said a lot, but that was on my mind, and I hope that helps somebody. Okay. All right.